All right. We know that children with sickle cell disease, adults with sickle cell disease have all kinds of problems, from bone problems to spleen problems, iron overload. Now let me quickly talk about that. Iron overload basically is that the red blood cells have iron and heme and other things inside them. But when children with sickle cell disease, the red blood cells last for about 20 days as opposed to about 120 days in normal regular red blood cells. And under certain conditions, those blood cells will just break up and they will spill out the iron and the heme. And too much iron, free iron in the blood is a really, really bad thing, because it can accumulate in the organs, the liver, the kidneys, the brain, and cause damage. And so what they do in cases where children are subject to this is to do what is known as an exchange blood transfusion. So they take out the blood and then they take out the iron and then put it back in without the iron and all that. But I think your brother had that issue too, right?
Yeah.
How many times has he had to do that?
Once or twice. Yeah.
Okay, I think he also has a drug that helps to take it out.
Yes,
right.
The iron thing.
Right.
And the chest syndrome.
Acute chest syndrome. Quickly, acute chest syndrome is over time, because there's not enough blood in the body. Over time, with all the crises, the lungs get damaged and scarred, and so they're not as expansive. They don't allow. Expand like they should and receive enough oxygen. So, and this compounds and builds up upon itself over the years. So it gets to a certain point in time when the proverbial straw breaks the camel's back and they have a crisis and they're not able to breathe again, and that can kill them. I think that's what the first, it's among the top 2 causes of death in sickle cell disease. So we really have to pay attention to the pulmonary system and the lungs in children with sickle cell disease.